Some of us watch old movies to be taken back to a time when life was more gentle and simple and people were more direct. Others of us know people who, just sitting with them, bring grace into our lives. Adele Seronde is one such woman. Raised by a well-educated and artistic family who had a passion for gardening, Adele has spent her life dedicated to assisting humanity to keep our connection with the earth, beginning with childhood. She has always been an original thinker who insists that once we lose our connection with nature, we lose our connection with self. She keeps her connection through poetry, art, and gardening. Nearing 90 years of age, I was lucky enough to spend time with her in Sedona recently, where she's been a community and environmental activist for many years. Looking at this from a real kind of psycho-spiritual level,
yes,
we can see evidence of what's happened to us,
yes,
by disconnecting from
yes,
the beauty of the very earth we've chosen
that's
to
right.
incarnate onto.
That's right. And those, I'll jump right to the education, because to me the most important part of the renovation of education is to recognize that nature and the spirit, the spiritual values of the world are, they're right there for all of us, and they should be primary. This should be consideration. I talked to another teacher here, and she said, I asked her, what do you think is the most important thing to save in education? She said, ethics. Ethics don't exist in many places. This is what's the breakdown of society at every level, and you see it in our political situation in the same way. But so if we are to renovate education, it's got to start right there. And I would say that nature was part of that, the
Yes.
love of nature.
And you grew up with gardens. I mean, this was a big part of your life, to
Yes.
touch the soil. And you
Yes.
even talk about, it's not just seeing the beauty and the planting and
No, it's the
smelling the humus, but it's
Right.
also weeding.
Sure, it's the work.
It's the work.
What I saw in Boston, and this is 40 years ago, they'd had the old insane asylums, and the people were all pushed out onto the street. And there were the lands were left, and local people began to do community gardens all through those. And Boston was the possibility of gardening was made legal by a wonderful black legislator named Mel King, and he got the whole legislature to recognize that these lands that were just dump lots could be used as gardens for the indigent, for the handicapped, for the people who were left. And what he did was very important. He made the state was responsible for them, and the city, but they were protected. Because what's happened in many cities is, as the older people or the leftovers have moved in and made gardens, then the developers look and say, look what's happened to that land, just for me.
This is a timeless look into the essence of what keeps our connection with beauty and well-being. For the full-length interview, go to cmn.tv.